Good evening. It's Brendan Connolly jumping on live on a Sunday evening. It's been a while since I've done a Sunday evening type of live. But all that means is spring is here because this is my favorite spot to do lives previously, and now I get to do them again because winter's over and I can be outside. So I'm sitting on the swing in my front yard, maybe partaking in a dash of whiskey, maybe a cigar. I don't know. But wanted to jump on live here, talk to you a little bit about the spring market. Obviously, there's a lot of things happening in our world. Bree talked about a bit about the move to Compass, which we're all super excited about. Um, and on that note, personally, and from the whole team, we thank everybody at Keller Williams for all their love and support and amazingness over the past few years. Um, and we're super excited about new things. Um, so we've got the move to Compass. I just had a baby. The spring market's here. There's a lot going on. Um, when I say the spring market's here, what do I mean? For months and months and months and months, people have been asking us what's going on in the market, what are our predictions, why is inventory so low, etc. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, a little bit about a few of those things. Um, so why is inventory so low? For a few reasons. One, there's just physically not enough houses for the amount of people that we have. We have very old housing inventory. Um, we have a lot of people that want to live in this area. Two, prices have increased. Why inventory remains kind of low is because prices have increased so drastically. You lost a big segment of the seller pool. So previously, you would have had a lot of people in my maybe age and family demographic selling their first home and getting their move up. Uh, that is becoming very difficult for those people because you're making a significantly larger jump financially to get that house that is larger or is more suitable for your family at this time. Um, I'm in a similar type of boat. So you've lost a big segment of that seller market, um, and the buyer market has only grown. So we've got that low demand. That being said, we've been saying for months and months that the spring market, we'll see the spring market, we'll see a jump in inventory. And we have. We've seen a lot of properties in the past week come on the market. I think it was Thursday morning I pulled up the towns that I follow and there are 57 properties for sale, new listings for sale. I don't know when the last time I saw that was. It was a long time ago. And then 36 or 37 on Friday. And I forget the number this morning. But that is that spring market. That's that spring inventory jump that we see every year. It's annual. We'll see it again in the fall. So what does that mean for you? That means if you're a buyer that's been watching this market and wondering what's going on, now is a very important time for yourself and for your agent to pay attention and watching for that property that you've been looking for and watching for the property that you maybe are okay with and it didn't sell in the first couple hours because we're going to start to see that more and more. We're, I think we're going to start to see some properties sit past the first weekend. Believe it or not, it might happen. Um, they'll sit past the first weekend. They'll be for sale for a couple of weeks. That's an opportunity for you to come in and actually see the property and make an educated offer, etc. So be aware of that. Um, and on that note, well, yes, I believe that this is a spring inventory kick. It's a jump in the inventory just based off of seasonality. You've got a lot of people that decide back in December, January, even November that they want to sell their house, their parents' house, whatever house. And for whatever reason, they decide to wait until spring because historically you've always waited till spring when the tulips are out and etc. This year was a little different. You were making really good money selling your house pretty much any time of year. However, that that mindset still exists, so that's why we're seeing that jump in inventory. And you're seeing people get more creative. We've had to work with buyers over the past year and get really creative with their offers. How we can get creative to get them a house. We're seeing the same thing on the sell side now. We're seeing what's called suitable housing contingencies. You are meaning that me as a seller, I list my property for sale, and I tell all the buyers, any offer you make, I want it contingent on me finding suitable housing. That could be finding a house in state, out of state, etc. You're going to see some more people do that, and you get creative because it's stressful. People are afraid to sell their houses, but now being such a strong seller's market, they're starting to do that more and more. Um, you're seeing more Airbnb investors come in. We're seeing a lot of stuff going on. Um, so where I was getting with that is, yes, it's a spring inventory kick up, but I would continue to watch it because I believe it's probably going to start, the market is going to start sustaining a little bit more. Um, People ask us all the time, well, what's going to happen with this market? Is it a bubble? Blah, blah, blah. Um, I don't believe it's a bubble. I believe the market's going to start to stabilize. It's very dark. How did it get so dark so fast? Maybe there's better light here. Um, I don't believe. Let me put it this way. Based on what I read and what I follow and the experts I listen to, I don't believe this is a bubble. They don't believe, and that is the thought process that I have kind of jumped on behind because let's be honest, I'm no national economist that's making groundbreaking decisions or or predictions here. Um, I just listen to the people that are smarter than me, suss out the information, and see which one I kind of agree with. So no, I don't believe this is a bubble. Yes, I believe at some point this market is going to stabilize, meaning we're going to start to see properties stay on the market for 30, 40 days, less multiple offers, less offers over asking, etc. And I the prediction I'm putting my cart behind is that that's probably going to happen in the next 12-ish months. Um, and this could be the start of that. Or it could just be that standard spring inventory jump that we see. Um, I don't see prices moving from there. However, if you are a seller, don't, my thought is don't wait. If you're one of those sellers that has a place to go and has the opportunity to, it got real dark. Let me get out from under this. Maybe you can see me. Um, there we go. If you're one of those sellers that has a place to go and now feels like the right time to sell your house, I would very much have a conversation with someone like myself and see if right now is the time to sell your house because most likely it is. So don't wait for that market stabilization. Don't hold off because it's spring and inventory is popping up. Now is still a good time if it's a good time in your life. So it's been a while since I gave my little market snapshot update. We are seeing waterfront inventory hasn't jumped up as much. Stuff is still flying off the shelves on the waterfront, but in the primary home markets, off water second home markets, that's where inventory is starting to pick up a little bit, and hopefully we'll see some sort of settling down of buyer demand, um, at least for the buyer's sake, to get their home squared away. So that's about all I have for you on this Sunday evening. I hope everyone is having a fantastic time, is gearing up to get back up here and enjoy the lake. As Bree mentioned yesterday, ice out was declared. So get the boats cleaned up, put a layer of wax on it, get it out of its shrink wrap, and get ready to get on the water. And hopefully we'll see you all out there. Have a great night.